Royce Payton has a 5.445 average, and Jason Pickett would be second overall with his 5.45 average. Sorry. Randy Seard, third place overall with a 5.463 Impro Street. Yeah, think of the difference in car between Royce Payton's and Randy Seward's.
Oh, yeah.
Man, and to be off that much, Randy is just a beast. All right, guys, welcome to episode 110 of the Drag Drive Repeat Show presented by Summit Racing. Dude, tonight we've got a crazy show. And then for the Mahle Motorsports segment, we're going to talk about Big Sky Race Week. So racers and high performance enthusiasts ready to start your next engine build? If so, call Eric Gillio or George Wright at Mahle Motorsports, because not only are they knowledgeable and have big brains in their heads, they are also drag and drive racers, and we're both on Mega Week. Another reason to be there with the tent set up every day. Super smart. PowerPak Pistons they have more than 1,200 applications. Surely they got something you can use. If not, they can custom design your own piston if you had some other kind of weird deal. And the PowerPak Pistons come complete with pistons, rings, wrist pins, and clips designed all to work together, so you don't even have to think about it. Molly Motorsports does all the engineering so you can get to the part that matters, building a power plant that leads to victory lane. MollyMotorsport.com for more details. And for our podcast listeners, Molly is spelled M-A-H-L-E. So Mahle Motorsports, M-O-L-L-Y, is a different kind of motorsport. M-A-H-L-E, motorsport.com. Big Sky Race Week is happening right now. We talked about that a little bit ago. And our boy, Jason Pickett in the Hearse is up there right now. This is in his neck of the woods. This is a guy that has done a lot of drag and drive events in the past. The Haulin Ash Hearse leading the whole thing, man. He's out front, leading everything. Awesome. He's got the lead overall and in Outlaw with a 5.45 average. And then a name that is synonymous with drag and drive, Mr. Dan Nissen, is taking part in the Big Sky Race Week because it's in his backyard, right? I think he lives right there. And he's in third in Outlaw with an 8.08 average. So I think he struggled one day or something like that. I don't know. They've had 3 days of racing, and they are live with Google Docs. So you can see as people turn in their slips, they are able to update and all that kind of stuff. And that's how we're going to do it at the circuit. So you can see what everybody's time is as you go through there. Pro Street, I want to give a big shout out to our boy Jacob Klein is up there as well. Love that truck. Another Rocky Mountain Race Weeker guy. Don't know whose car this is, but good Lord, it is absolutely gorgeous. And then Cassie and Kevin Lowry are there in the wagon. You'll remember them from the circuit last year, from Mega Week. They brought this blower, small block Chevrolet stick shift wagon. They drove it up to Big Sky Race Week as well. They're awesome. Love those guys. Quick notes. Pro Street, Royce Payton's leading that class with a 5. Oh, actually, hey, you know what? I was wrong. Royce Payton has a 5.445 average, and Jason Pickett would be second overall with his 5.45 average. Sorry, fat fingered the notes there. Randy Seard, third place overall with a 5.463 in Pro Street. Dude is an animal.
That's close. All that.
Yeah, think of the difference in car between Royce Payton's and Randy Seward's.
Oh, yeah.
Man, and to be off that much, Randy is just a beast. Sean Fink, 5.510 average. We know him from other drag and drives. Stick Shift has 16 cars signed up, second largest group of the event. And then True Street, which is kind of like their DYO class, has 60 cars at Big Sky Race Week. So wow. I think it's like 130 cars are up there. See Buckeye Skips here saying, good evening, guys. Another drag and drive event that's happening in the Midwest. Stuart Clifton talking about Eric's photos. All the photos are great. Yeah, they are amazing. That's the Mahle Motorsports segment because, dude, we got to talk about your experience, and then we got to bring Matt in after that to talk about all of his stuff. So I want to say thanks again to Mahle Motorsports. They were one of the first folks to come on board with us. They're awesome and super knowledgeable. I mean, really, like Eric Gillio drove his slow pickup truck, but went 4 rounds or 3 rounds at the shootout in the bracket class. Usually drives like a stick shift 10-second, could be possibly 9-second in a Nova pulling the trailer. And then George Wright, another stick shift driver, small block NA in the Duster there. That car, man, he struggled a little bit. They just put new shocks and springs on that car and fought it all week long. But once they got lined out, dude, he ended up in like the low 10s as well, like 1040s or something like that. So big shout out to them. If you're trying to buy some Pistons, man, Mahle Motorsports is a place to go for sure. And one thing, we say race car friends all the time, but like
Yeah.
Uncle Stoney is definitely one of our, you're like the first race car friend I had, really, so it's kind of fun to see how this has grown. And, we can't do this without everybody. So please hit the share button if you're out there. Make comments on the side, man. We already got a bunch of folks in here making comments. Appreciate that. It really does. Race car friends really does make the world go round. Like you got to have them to message at 2:00 in the morning and be like, dude, I don't want to work on this car anymore. And they're like, keep working on it, man.
And we say race car friends, but we're actually, I would say, more family.
Yeah, you know a lot of stuff that people don't need to know about me.
Same.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. And then, of course, the sponsors for Drag Driver Pete. We couldn't do, if you guys don't know, I drove up to Iowa or Illinois last week to be at 2 days at Six Summer. Eric is there with his dad all week. We were both just on Mega Week. We're going to be on the circuit here in 10 days, 7 days. Can't do that without our sponsors. So if you're trying to spend a little money, if you're trying to do some shopping for car stuff, hit these guys up. Summit Racing, Deechworks, Mahle Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, who's on Six Summer right now, winning or leading their class, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Man, the list is long. I'm hoping if we can get this one deal worked out, it's going to be even longer here pretty soon. I'm super pumped about that.